Tuesday, June the 8th. Today, the big story is the bail granted to Jatuporn Prompan, the main red shirt leader, and Pheu Thai MP Karun Hosakun, which is interesting because the other red shirt leaders were not granted bail. They are under detention. But why was Jatuporn given bail?
We think this is a very reasonable judgment by the court to grant Jatuporn and Karun bail. First of all, they exercise their MP's immunity, and they have not shown any intention to flee at all.
They gave themselves up today.
They show up today. So there's no reason to arrest them and put them behind bars today.
But the charge was quite serious, right? Terrorism. Is that
quite serious? But from the beginning, they were allowed to be on the stage at La Pasong for many weeks to begin with, and also why Natthawut is not allowed the same.
Weera, Musikapong, Natthawut, Saikur, and the rest are still under detention.
Basically, they were arrested on. They were on different legal tracks today.
Really?
The right of Weera, Natthawut, and Maw Weng were arrested under they were detained under the emergency law. At the same time, there's some complication here, but Jatuporn surrendered himself and seek immunity.
Yes.
So he's the first man to enter the normal legal process. It's quite complicated. When he seek immunity, he was charged.
Yes.
He received the formal charges. At that time, he entered the normal legal process.
You mean he claimed his political immunity as an MP?
Yes, and by doing so, he was formally charged. So he was the first person to enter the normal legal process.
Before Weera and Natthawut?
Yes. It's sort of complicated, but basically Weera and Maw Weng and Natthawut had to wait for that turn to enter the normal legal process.
Yes.
Now they were being detained under the state of emergency decree.
And if Weera and Natthawut and Maw Weng asked for bail now, would they be treated the same way as Jatuporn, do you think?
They should. They should have the same privilege. They should have the same privilege granted Jatuporn and Karun. But then again, Karun and Jatuporn were MPs. Weera is not, and Natthawut is not.
So they're treated differently because of their political status.
Yes.
What's next now for the whole group of red shirt leaders?
I think the government will try to get started the reconciliation process, and today Kun Kanit Nanakorn was appointed chairman of the independent committee. So this shows that the government is trying to get into the reconciliation very quick, which means that the legal process against these alleged terrorists will be proceed in a very careful manner.
Well, another question will come up, and that is, what about the yellow shirts who were arrested or were charged for occupying airport and the government house? They were not charged with terrorism.
They were not charged with terrorism. That will be one of the major problems.
Yeah, because
actually it's one of the main reasons why the red shirts come to Bangkok in the first place.
So this is the latest development in the red shirt leaders under detention on the one side and granted bail on the other. The next step is to see how the whole process will now be pursued. Stay tuned.